Hello friends, most welcome to English Advantage online classes. Friends, in this video we will discuss the Hindu editorial analysis and vocabulary, and this editorial I have picked up from the date of 15th May 2017 of the Hindu newspaper. So this video tutorial will be in English language, and if you want to watch the Hindi version of the same video, you can definitely watch it on the same channel. I have already uploaded it on the same channel called English Advantage YouTube channel. So let us get started. Now before I proceed further, I would like to give you information regarding this online mock test series. If you want to practice through online mock test series in the real exam like situation, this is the best online mock test series. You can buy it from test.englissadvantage.in by paying only rupees 399 for the base pack, and if you want to go for combo pack, you need to pay 699 using online payment options. So this is very effective, very comprehensive, and definitely will fetch you success if you go for it. And I have provided you with my helpline number. Just give me a call and I will respond to you as early as possible. Now this is the editorial written by Mr. R.K. Raghavan, as you can see in the picture, and this is of 15th May 2017, published on page 8 of the Hindu newspaper. So it is quite lengthy, quite comprehensive in nature, and this is very relevant for descriptive English, for GD and for interview definitely. So lots of words are there in this particular video. You can learn lots of words in this particular video. So let me start. Clamping down on crime, the police perceptions of public safety and their own role is changing, but too slowly. Definitely the police perception of public safety is changing, but the change is happening very slowly, and public safety is not considered very important or very prominent in Indian society. So the Nirbhaya ruling on May 5, where the Supreme Court confirmed the death penalty for 4 of the accused in the gang rape and murder case of a paramedical student in Delhi in 2012. You must have heard regarding this incident that took place in 2012, where a paramedical student was murdered, was raped by 4 accused, and there was a lot of commotion in the whole country regarding this. So let us expand this, let us go through this complete editorial, and we will have a good idea regarding what are the police perception of public safety. Is also an occasion to examine certain fundamental assumptions about policing. Okay, this is also an occasion. This is also a chance to review the situation and to think about the fundamental assumptions about policing. This takes into account protest after the incident that is squarely blamed. Squarely blamed means blame someone directly and in an uncompromising manner. As you can see in the meaning part, squarely means in a direct and uncompromising manner. They place the blame squarely on the president. So this is a very good word. That squarely blame the Delhi police for its failure to protect the victim. Okay. So in this particular incident, only the police was blamed very widely throughout the country. There were a lot of protest against this very unfortunate incident. It is debatable whether the police alone were blameworthy here. Okay, because the society is also sometimes blameworthy for these kind of incidents, because if you do not cooperate, if the public at large do not cooperate in these kind of incidents, that police alone cannot stop all these kind of incidents. Both the state and community at large. Now when you say at large, it has 2 meanings, and I have given 2 meanings here. First meaning is, if somebody is at large, it means he is free, or he hasn't been arrested or captured by the police. Or at large has one more meaning, that is as a whole or in general. Okay, so both the states and community at large, both the states or community in general, have a role in shaping public safety. Definitely both of them have the very good role, not only the state but also the community, also the society, and in particular people. Okay, especially that of women and children. Reading of Kautilya Arthashastra will help one understand the genesis of the state and how it needed to legitimize its authority through the evolution of the police as we know it today. So this is a very famous book of Kautil, Arthashastra, and if you go through it, you will come to understand how the state evolved and how the genesis of the state started and how it needed to legitimate the security system or police system. The creation in 1829 of the Metropolitan Police in London and the setting up of a similar organization in New York and other large city in the US paved the way for organizing the police in many other countries. So it was in 1829 that the police department was established as a metropolitan police in London and similarly in New York, and this paved the way for organizing the police in many other countries. So pave the way, it's a idiomatic expression, and it means make progress or development easier. Okay. Now let us move ahead with this editorial. Western democracies and for our own police forces set up by the British in the early 90s. So it gives you, this editorial gives you a very good background of setting up of police departments in different countries. The focus of law enforcement was initially on disciplining unruly elements disturbing public peace rather than on hunting for criminals depriving other of their life and property. Definitely, because initial phase was not very advanced or not very modern period, and that time the focus was only on maintaining or kind of controlling the unruly elements rather than hunting for criminals who are depriving other of their lives and properties. So crime was petty in those days. It was very trivial. It was very small kind. It was not very advanced as it is today. Okay, so crime was petty in those days. It means it was in a very small way or very minor way, not very advanced way as it is today. Not requiring any sophisticated methods of investigating and detection, definitely. Because nowadays the criminals use very sophisticated weapons like AK-47 and something like that. And in the same line in Dubai, the police of Dubai uses very advanced weapons, very advanced cars, SUV, to take stock of or to take control of these criminals. Now it is not only widespread or rampant and violent, but also sophisticated with the abundant use of technology. Definitely, not only the police but also the criminals are using technology. They are also using social media. Okay, so this is quite common nowadays. And a fallout is rising fear. A fallout means the adverse effect of a situation. If you write fallout separately, it means you get into the argument with someone. But if you write fallout without putting any gap, it means adverse impact of any situation. Okay, so fallout is rising. Fallout is increasing fear in a community, especially among elders, women. So definitely it's quite true. So he has portrayed the reality of society in this beautiful editorial. And children, it is my conviction, now author is saying this, that it is his belief that the police force must address this fear, must take control of this fear, or must tackle this fear in a focused manner. Okay, it is my lament, or you can say it is my complaint. Okay, it is my lament that many unenlightened government in our country do not evaluate police performance by this yardstick. So they do not take stock of the police performance very closely, and it should be done very seriously. Okay, police pliability or police flexibility, you can say, to serve political ends, or you can say to serve political aims, rates higher in their agenda. Definitely they favor the political ends, and they work for the political parties more than the public. So it is quite true. A trust deficit, what does the common man expect of the police? So definitely there is a decline in the trust, or you can say a trust deficit. Several surveys point to a demand for protection of life more than guarding individual property. Okay, definitely protection of life is more important than guarding individual property. With the phenomenal expansion of the geographic area to be policed and the mind-boggling increase in the number of lives to be guarded, definitely rural areas are changing into urban areas and industrialization is happening. So definitely the geographical area that is to be policed is increasing phenomenally, and the responsibility of police is definitely increasing by leaps and bounds. So it's quite true. The Indian police, more than in many Western democracies, have been stretched and outnumbered. There are only about 140 policemen, although the number has been increased by recruiting more police into the system, but still there are only 140 policemen per 1 lakh people, a very poor ratio when compared to other modern democracies. So the ratio is definitely very poor, and we need to incorporate more police people into the system. Okay. The strongest criticism against the police is of their preoccupation with the problems of the political party in power and those of the rich and famous. They are more inclined towards saving or towards protecting political party or rich and famous. Okay, they are not very impartial, and they are not very inclined toward the general or common man. So there is a strong criticism against it, and it's quite true in the society. This resonates with the dictum, or this go with the dictum that all are equal in a constitutional democracy, but some are more equal than the others. It's true. It's true that some are more equal than the others. The rich and famous, or the political people, okay, or the high profile people, they are not equal, but they are given more importance by the police. So this is why the 10,000 odd police stations in the country are shunned by the better off sections. Definitely they are avoided by the better off section, because they think that police cannot protect them, because they are the police people are more inclined toward political party. So so that is why by the better off sections, by the rich people, they are shunned, they are avoided, who prefer organizing themselves to ward off threats, to buy safety service from other agencies. Definitely, it's quite true. To shun means to persistently avoid or ignore or reject. Okay, preoccupied means the state or condition of being preoccupied or engrossed with something. So I have given here lots of meaning that are going to be quite useful for all competitive exam, including bankpo and UPSC. Dictum means a formal pronouncement from an authoritative source. The dicta of high court judges, that is the plural. So lots of word meaning I have given here is quite useful. The phenomenal rise in private security agencies account for, it means this is because of the growing lack of trust in the state police. The trust of the public is decreasing. Okay, so the government should do something to increase the trust of the police in the general public. This is a shameful but real state of affairs in most of India. Lessons from abroad. What is the way out? What is the solution of this? How we can increase this trust? Drawing lessons from elsewhere in the world is not beneath the dignity of Indian police. Definitely we should take lessons from the world, and we should try to learn as much as possible from the best practices across the world. And this is definitely not beneath or below the dignity of the Indian police. Learning in public administration is a recognized healthy exercise the world over. Definitely we should learn in public administration. I am not for a moment suggesting that this is not happening at present. This is happening, but I am only pleading, or I am only urging, or I am only requesting for a greater readiness to sink our egos and borrow from the best practices of foreign political organization. Definitely we should, the police try to learn, or police try to borrow the best practices of foreign police organizations that is very effective in the current scenario. Two recent happenings, one each in the New York City Police Department, that is NYPD, and the Metropolitan Police London, came to mind readily. Okay, so they are doing a very good job for the public safety. So that is why these examples have been given here. Under its legendary commissioner, Bill Bratton, more than a decade ago. Now, legendary means very remarkable enough to be famous, very well known, or account for means to give a satisfactory record of something. Okay, so these two words are very important and very commonly used. NYPD instituted a CompStat, that is short for Computer and Statistics program, that analyzed crime with the help of computers. They identified crime hotspots and took preventive actions. So this is very effective measure, definitely, such as intensified patrolling, or police commanders in New York were made to report to the commissioners each week. Just see the planning, they were so effective. Police commanders in New York were made to report to the commissioners each week, explaining how they were tackling crime in their jurisdiction. Or jurisdiction means their area of power. Okay, so it is very effective method. Definitely, this mechanism not only brought about means caused to happen. Okay, this mechanism not only brought about great attention to crime in the field, but also enhanced police accountability or police responsibility at the grassroots level. The NYPD has recently gone beyond comp state by hiring a reputed private agency to survey public opinion on police. Definitely, the public should take part, or public should very aggressively take part in all these police activities. Focused questions over mobile phones and the responses obtained look at how to fill visible gap in policing. So these kind of survey and these kind of methodology are quite effective. The effectiveness of this unique tool will depend on how forthcoming and honest the respondent are. Definitely, we have to be ready, we have to be quick, and forthcoming here means to ready. Okay, so the effectiveness of this unique tool will depend on how ready and honest the respondent are. Definitely, if you take part honestly, and if you give honest answers, and if you give your honest suggestions regarding how policing can be improved, definitely you can serve the police in this way very effectively. Variants of this have indeed been tried in a few of our cities by some smart police leaders. We haven't heard enough about their outcome to comment on their utility. Contrary to popular belief, London is now a high crime city because there is a lot of technological advancement in all these developed countries. So people think that there is no crime in these developed countries, but contrary to popular belief, London is now a high crime city, and so is New York. Okay, so there is a lot of crime in all these cities. There is not only public concern over looming terrorist or emerging terrorist threats, but also over youth crime. There are at least 3 or more stabbings a day carried out by teenagers. Stabbing means using of knife for killing someone or for hurting someone. Okay, so these kind of incident where the teenagers use a knife for killing or for hurting someone is quite common. Although guns have made a recent entity, it is a crime using sharp and small knives that is fueling anxiety. Definitely, it's an area of serious concern that teenager students are using knives for carrying out these incidents. The MAT has launched a major campaign against street crime that involves frisking. Frisking means to examine, okay, or to examine the body for ensuring whether you have any weapons hidden in your body or not. Frisking and seizure of knives are visible street level operations that has enhanced security perceptions. The use of large manpower has been the hallmark of this operation. They have used lots of people in this operation where they stop someone, they frisk his body to examine his body whether he is having any knife or weapon and all that, and seize that weapon. So it's very effective. Definitely, physical checks of youth in the street has added an element of deterrence. Definitely, it's something that is discouraging these incidents. So deterrence means something that discourages you from doing something. This is analogous to the means this is similar to the stop and frisk practice of the NYPD, whose focus on the non-white population has often drawn flake. Flake means it has drawn criticism. It has become a subject of criticism, especially from African American. Mr. Breton and his successors have had to tone down this exercise, since this exercise was very it was drawing criticism. So they have to tone down, or they have to kind of refine this exercise. Any overzealousness is liable to make the police a villain. Definitely, given the high corruption among the police in India, procedures such as stop and frisk carry the risk of greater public harassment. People may think that they are being harassed if the police apply this practice. And dishonesty at the cutting edge levels. Cutting edge level means very advanced level or very recent development. Some hope in India, in my view. There are at least 2 features which offer a glimmer of hope. Okay, or you can say a ray of hope or expectation of hope for community safety in India. The first is the availability of corps of leaderships. Corps means groups or branch of leadership in the form of technically savvy young Indian force service officer. Definitely we have to include more and more technically savvy police officers into the system, who have a stake in workplace closely with the community to carry out experiments in the field to upgrade safety at minimum cost to the government. Definitely we have to incorporate more and more police officers who are technologically very inclined and very interested in using technology. So they can borrow from several studies under the rubric of evidence-based policing. They can go through, and under the rubric of means under the title of evidence-based policing, they can go through, they can read these kind of books or titles. The second is the spread of internet use at all levels of the police. Definitely it could be very effective. The use of internet, use of Google, social media, Google Map could be very effective in solving the problem. An offshoot is the use of social media in a day-to-day policing. So offshoot means it's a kind of branch. Information or crime incident and criminals is, as a matter of course, conveyed to the public in many urban centers with encouraging results. Citizens are also encouraged to report crime through emails. Okay, this is a very encouraging thing. This could be a good thing. Citizens are also encouraged to register an FIR, and the police can give this facility that they can register an FIR through email or over phone. So this could be quite time-saving thing. Over and in media, the practice gives no option for the police but to act without fail and swiftly. Okay, then this is how the police is expected, and they should act without fail and swiftly. The participation of the print and visual media in the dialogue gives further fillip. Further fillip means further boost to the exercise of sensitizing the police to the community demand for safety through police processes. So definitely we can use these media, print media and visual media very effectively. The police perception of public safety and their own role here is changing, but only slowly. Many of us are impatient over the pace at which it is happening, and we must realize that the Indian police is a behemoth. Behemoth means it's a large organization. Will respond faster only if there is a constant pressure exerted on it by well-organized community leaders and the media. So very good editorial written by Mr. R.K. Raghavan. All meanings I have given here. Philip means to boost something. Behemoth means a huge or monstrous creature. Okay. So this editorial is very big, very lengthy, very comprehensive, but at the same time very useful for all the students. So these are my details. You can contact me on this WhatsApp number. You can contact me through my email ID. And if you want to go for online mock test series, please visit test.englissadvantage.in. From there you can buy it for 1 year. So how did you like this video tutorial? If you have found it useful for your success, for your competitive exam, for your learning vocabulary, kindly like it, share it with your friend. Do send me your final comments. And if you're the first timer on this channel, please do not forget to subscribe this channel called English Advantage YouTube channel. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I wish you all the best for your bright future. Thank you.